Well, I think for me, again, every assistant director is different in personality as far as trying to invoke their own leadership skills. I learned early on that it's important for me, for my personal aspect, to incorporate the crew in a sort of way that they feel that they are actually important in the process. And so I mentioned earlier, communication is very, very, very important for me. Being able to help them understand what's going on, because there's nothing more frustrating to a crew than saying, "So what are we doing? You know, why are we doing what we're doing?" Because basically, you give out the instructions, and they basically carry it out. It doesn't. It's not a very movie making is not a democracy, so it's very much a monarchy. So the director is the king, and you as the assistant director is, I would akin it to more like the chief of staff, balancing all the various departments, and cajoling some behind the background, booing up others behind the background. And it's my constant scenario that a lot of what I do, the director will never know. He just thinks, oh, things are just going great. But, there's a lot of people who are angry at the DP, or the DP wants to walk off the set, or anything like that. But I think those are the fires that you put out. And so I find that I think an important part for me is leadership skill, is to be able to balance all the various departments and their various personalities and deal with them directly. And for me, it's effective. It makes the set run much smoother that way. And usually I have the trust of the director. And if the director is not as strong as someone, then I'll just go ahead and take over a little bit in making those decisions that I tend not to wait for the director to make decisions sometimes. If there's a big gap, it sometimes shows weakness. And so one of the things I try to do is just keep the ship rolling. And sometimes, if it's a weaker or first-time director, they'll thank me later. But at the same time, it makes them look good. So I think that's the important thing for me, is being able to do the balancing act. And it works. So far, it works. And if everyone feels like they're part of the team, then it works.